Most woodworkers eventually hit that wall where a standard planer just isn't cutting it anymore, especially when you're dealing with wide panels or figured grain that likes to tear out. That is exactly where this machine steps in. It is a beast of a drum sander, and honestly, it changes the workflow in a shop the moment you get it dialed in. The standout feature here is the capacity. You get 25 inches of width in a single pass, which covers almost any tabletop or cabinet door you'd realistically build. But the real trick is the double pass capability. By flipping the board, you can handle up to 50 inches. It sounds like a bit of a chore, but in practice, it's surprisingly seamless. What makes this thing actually usable, though, is the IntelliSand technology. It's basically a smart system that monitors the load on the motor and adjusts the feed rate automatically. You don't have to babysit it or worry about burning the wood or bogging down the motor when you hit a dense knot. It just keeps the pace steady, which is a massive relief when you're working with expensive hardwoods. The setup is pretty straightforward, too. One of the biggest headaches with drum sanders is getting the drum perfectly parallel to the bed, but this one simplifies that process down to a single nut. It's one of those small design choices that saves you an hour of frustration during assembly. Now, it's not a small piece of equipment. It's got a solid footprint, and even with the mobile base, you'll want to make sure you have a dedicated spot for it. It's a corded machine, obviously, and it pulls enough power that you'll want to make sure your shop circuit is up to the task, but that's standard for this class of tool. If there is a downside, it's the dust collection. While it does a decent job, you really need a high-quality dust extractor hooked up to it to keep the air clean. Otherwise, you're going to be wearing a layer of fine sawdust by the end of the day. It's also a bit of a commitment in terms of space, so if you're working out of a tiny garage corner, you might have to do some serious rearranging. But for the finish quality alone, it's hard to argue with the results. You get that smooth, consistent surface that's ready for finish, without the headache of hand sanding for hours. It's a heavy-duty piece of kit that feels like it was built to stay in the shop for the long haul. If you're tired of fighting with wide boards and want a professional-grade finish, this is probably the most sensible way to get there without breaking the bank on industrial-sized machinery. It's reliable, it's smart, and it does exactly what it says on the box.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.